9 videos that try to be erased from the internet, part 4. Hello guys. Which city are you watching me from? Leave it in the comments. Many videos that we can see on the internet today have become true reasons for disputes among many people and companies. Some videos that we will see today have even become almost extinct, as many people are interested in completely erasing the records from the internet. So stay until the end to see the 9 videos that try to be erased from the internet. Before we start, we have some news for you. We're having a giveaway on the channel for an iPhone as soon as we reach 400,000 subscribers. To participate, you need to: Number 1, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell. Number 2, comment using the hashtag #top10EVT. Number 3, watch until the end because today's video is full of surprises. Like and share this news with your friends. Remember to comment with the hashtag #top10EVT. Join now because it's totally free and you have the chance to win an iPhone in any color you want. Let's go! Now that you have subscribed, left a like, and shared this video with that friend of yours who you know will be amazed by these out-of-this-world recordings. Let's get started. Number 1, teleportation. We have always seen teleportation scenes in movies from the past, which sought to show what the future would be like, and also in many cartoons. It is still not disclosed whether it is really possible to perform teleportation, which is why all the recordings on the internet that show this phenomenon are much discussed. In this recording from 2008, we can see something very similar. After starting to record a simple ball game, a frightened child points to something behind the person who is recording and becomes very scared. When the camera is turned, the person who was filming comes face to face with a white, shiny, and very fast being that jumps into a sandpit and disappears without a trace. After many scholars visited the site, no clues were found about this mysterious visitor. Number 2, beings who guard us. Since childhood, we are taught about the presence and protection of guardian angels, which are spirits from another world that protect us from danger. Even though it may seem like just another children's tale, we can see in many recordings that some beings seem to really possess extraordinary powers. In this recording made a few years ago, a completely distracted man walks peacefully when he is warned by another gentleman who was also walking to be careful of the danger approaching. Even without understanding, the man turns around to see if there was any threat when suddenly the rear door of a truck passing at high speed opens and nearly hits him. Certainly, if he had not been warned, he would have been hit by the steel door of the truck, which was traveling at high speed. After the incident, he tried to thank the mysterious man, but he never found him again. Number 3, strange events in the sky. It was just another ordinary day in the lives of residents of the state of New Mexico in the United States, until a very large movement of aircraft began to catch everyone's attention. Near one of the largest observatories in the United States that is located in the region, many Army soldiers started arriving, which frightened many neighbors. With a large movement by the soldiers, the population began to abandon their homes, afraid of what could be happening on the site. After a few hours of intense movement, the soldiers simply began to empty the streets, leaving all the residents terrified. But the next day after the evacuation, the interdiction signs were removed overnight, which left the residents more relieved. However, the neighborhood was never explained what was actually happening on the site. After a few days, recordings of a very strange event that was captured by the observatory were released on the internet. In the footage, it is possible to see a dark spacecraft that is very close to the sun and appears to be feeding on the star's extreme heat. To this day, no one knows what actually happened on the site. Number 4, mythological creatures. In drawings, movies, and series, we have always seen beings that other people in the past believed faithfully. Especially in the Nordic region, these legends have a lot of power among the older residents. And if a recording shows a centaur running near your house in the middle of the forest, what would your reaction be? After some neighbors reported the presence of a strange being, a resident decided to put cameras around his house and managed to film this mythological creature. In the recording, it is possible to see the centaur passing at a very high speed, almost imperceptible to the cameras. After a search for the creature made by the region's residents, it was no longer possible to spot the centaur. Only the snow marks left behind could be seen by the television crews that went to the site. So, have you left your like? Have you subscribed to the channel? What do you think about the videos that try to be deleted from the internet? Can you leave a comment down there with hashtag top 10 EVT please? So keep watching until the end to find out more. Number 5. Reptilian beings. Many legends circulate the internet about beings that are half human and half reptile, which are said to be present in the elites around the world. Even if you don't believe in this legend, this video deserves your attention. During a music performance for Russian business leaders, the lights went out, and the band members were startled. With the complete darkness of the room, the eyes of many guests began to glow in the dark, causing the band members to quickly abandon the stage. In interviews after the event, the musicians said they had never seen anything like it and no longer felt safe continuing with the show. These scenes gave even more credibility to communities that believe in the existence of these beings. Number 6. Soul exchange. We always see in cartoons and horror movies souls swapping bodies, which always gives us goosebumps. But is it really possible to make this swap? In these security camera recordings of a parking lot, we can see something very strange happening. Two men, who apparently do not know each other, are passing in opposite directions when suddenly we can see a white figure changing bodies, which is very strange. Upon receiving the new soul, the man seems shocked and dizzy, almost falling. Much has been discussed in the region about what it was, and even the company that recorded the video is doing everything to have it removed from the internet. We can still clearly see this supernatural phenomenon. Number 7. Mysterious events at the Pentagon. Even the most secure place in the world is not immune to being the site of strange events. During a conference on highly confidential matters, which we later found out was about discussions on the release of a virus capable of modifying human behavior, something incredible was being discussed. In the recordings, it is possible to see a biology expert talking about how this virus would enter the brain and could be capable of transforming the behavior of its host. After much discussion in the American media, the Pentagon stated that it was a fake video, even though the environment was exactly like one of its conference locations. Number 8. Evacuation point. In zombie video games, our goal is always to find a safe place to stay alive and finish the game. But what few people know is that, even though it may seem unreal, this phenomenon is considered possible by the American spy agency, the FBI. In these recordings made by a hidden camera, it is possible to see and hear a lecture on the subject, which also mentions a new variety of virus that could bring dead people back to life. In the scenes, it is also possible to hear about what should be the behavior of the authorities, who should completely avoid any means of communication, so as not to disrupt the evacuation plans of the most powerful people. Number 9. Beings from Area 51. Area 51 is always surrounded by many legends, supernatural events, and frequent visits from beings from other planets. Many video recordings circulate on the internet, always showing inexplicable things that happen in the facility. In one of the most widely publicized videos from the media, a 1997 recording caught the attention of all enthusiasts of the subject. In the footage, it is possible to see a being from another planet who was being taken for an interview inside the government's secret base. The recording was sent to television stations by a former government agent who never wanted to reveal his identity. According to the former agent, the American government hides a lot of information from its population, and through a risky maneuver, he gained access to many ultra-secret information that he would be willing to show to everyone. Among these scenes is the interview with the being from another planet, who ends up dying at the end of the conversation, possibly a victim of our atmosphere. The internet is full of recordings that cannot be explained. If you like this video, check out the next video, videos that try to be erased from the internet. Part 5. Leave your like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, because your contribution is very important to us. Take the opportunity to share this video and leave a comment with the hashtag #Top10EVT. Deal? Check out these super interesting videos about amazing things that are appearing here on the screen. If you're on your cell phone, maybe these videos won't appear here on the screen, but their links are down below in this video's description. Click on one of them and have fun.